G'day, I'm Ben from Catch Pro Australia, and this is Lawn Care Skull Sessions with my co-host, the Bearded Lawnsman.
What up, G? Fisting in a
That
Friday.
was a long fist.
Wait, it's not Friday, it's Thursday.
It's
I'm a day ahead.
Thursday.
May as well be fucking Friday. I just got the word through. I've just been cancelled from one of my villages.
Cancelled.
Council committee said it's probably, slower growth than what they expected. So,
Skull Sessions is not cancelled though.
fuck yeah.
Coming back in your ears.
Mm-hmm.
My mic just cooked it.
Oh, man.
Back on, it's all good.
Back on, sweet. We good?
Nah, back off again.
Nah, we good.
That's all right. We'll keep.
Play with your ear hole. Now you can hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Fucking hell.
Oh, Jesus
Supposed to be
Christ.
professional now with
Oh,
this skag kit.
I don't want to fucking lose that. I don't want to lose that.
Stop moving the board, fuck ya.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
So, God, I'm headbutting the mic and everything.
That's all right. It's a good start. How's your week been, Benny? I know we're both on the run. I fucking screamed in here at 100 miles after all the traffic I hit. Fuck me.
I've quadruple booked myself today. So, doing the good old-fashioned multitask,
Oh,
making people wait.
Fucking
I've got a
good on
Sparky upstairs.
oh, very nice.
He's playing ball with us at the moment so that we can get this episode shot.
Hopefully he doesn't kook us and flick the fucking switch on us.
And I'm not even a Sparky.
Oh, shit. No, that's kind of scary now. We're just waiting. Time will tick by really slowly until the fucking power goes out.
No, but
Well, it wouldn't be the first time someone's flicked the fucking power off on us. Hey, Benny!
so no, but look, having a pretty good week. Look, the industry's still a little slow, but it I reckon it's been cold in Brizzy.
Yeah. Well, you fucking dragged in a heater, man. I think that's an overkill this morning.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful day outside.
I'm just a
Fucking
cold.
beautiful.
I'm just a cold dude, man.
Oh.
Boy, I'm so cold the sun can't melt ya.
Oh, man. Oh, well, I'm in for a fucking exciting weekend. My wife and daughter fly out to Adelaide tomorrow, down south.
Fuck yeah, let's go to the hookers.
Yeah, cocaine. No, it's I've got Archie, so unless he really wants to party, then it's it's gonna be.
Well, I'm having a party.
I know I might come.
So it's my brother's 40th, and all the Van der Giesens are going to be
Van der
here.
Giesens. Yes.
No, very much a family party though.
Yeah.
So
Not like my party. Fuck! I pulled out all the people who are coming to the event on the 19th of August. It's a Saturday, so come and be there around 9:30. Fuck me sideways. I had just a straight up $1,500 donation straight to the Red Kite last night, which was incredible.
that is incredible.
So the new kids on the block that have signed up to roll through, SME, Husqvarna, Still, Stanley Black & Decker. Fuck. So, yeah, I think...
So we pretty much got the whole crew.
I think the whole crew's there.
And I hear Gary Ashton, he's flying. Well, he's not flying in, he's driving up.
Yep.
He's going to roll into town on Thursday.
Whoa.
So he's going to make the rounds.
Big Rubes just sent me a message this morning saying that he's grown his beard out for me, and if I need a hand on the day, then he's fucking ready to rock and roll. So that's pretty
Nice.
cool. There's a fair few people coming in the state. So I rang the Alex Hills Hotel where I've been sort of telling everyone to head to, and I was like, hey, just letting you know that on the night of the 19th or afternoon, there may be an influx of patrons. I don't want to book anything, just in case.
Fuck that, yeah.
I just want to roll in, grab a fucking Caldi, grab a counter meal if I'm hungry, and then, just get on with it. But no, it should be really good. I've had people ringing me, asking me if they can fucking unload stuff on the Friday. So, fucks me how much stuff is going to roll through. But Makita rang me this morning, actually, and said that, unfortunately, all of their reps are booked, but they are, they're going to throw us some stuff to hand out, which is cool. There's going to be you can fucking basically get your whole wardrobe there. I know Makita and Milwaukee have both got shirts and jumpers and hats. And
Give us a shirt, you dogs, or I'll fucking stomp you.
straight up, I was like, well, you got any fat cunt sizes? And he's like, yeah, I think we've got something that'll go on you. And he's like, I think the shirts go up to 4XL. I'm like, oh, hold up, mate. I'm not that big. Give me a 3XL, a type 3XL.
Yeah, man. So the countdown's on. Like,
Dude, I'm shitting myself. I'm panicking. But look,
next time you guys hear us in your ears, the event will be done.
fuck, it will too. Holy shit. That's pretty gnarly. I
Didn't think about that.
I didn't think about that, dude. It's crazy, and it's going to be a crazy lead up for me too because
I'm thinking what we should probably do, bro.
is
Instead
open
of
up
shooting, instead of shooting before the event and releasing it,
yeah,
I reckon we should just tell everyone now. We're gonna so the next time you hear this, we're gonna release it a couple of days late,
yeah,
so that we can do a shoot
Cool.
after the event, and that way we can talk about if.
maybe if there's some
hopefully we
stragglers.
could talk about some good stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you never know. It could be the drizzly shit.
Could be
so-
fucking Ego versus fucking Greenworks Punch On or something.
imagine
Husqvarna
just
versus
seeing-
Steel.
Imagine just seeing like Barry and Gary just having like a pash off.
Oh, imagine if it got real crooked and everyone just started kissing. That'd be fucking crazy. That would just go down. That would be fucking global news. Lawn mowing convention turns into orgy.
Turns into a big orgy fest.
Ooh, that would be pretty fun.
See how we got nothing left to say.
I know, because I was just getting too far into the rabbit hole, so I had to like pull myself back. I was like, wait. Yeah. Keep
Something that's been pretty cool lately that I'd like to thank our listeners for is Mole Merch and Catch Pro have sold a bunch of these Mole Merch blade jigs.
Oh, yeah,
blade
dude.
sharpening jigs.
That's sick.
So thanks everyone for getting amongst a good product.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mole Merch, he wanted to bring this product in and felt that it was needed in the market, and
Definitely is. I saw a post. Someone's used them last night, and yeah, it looks like a fucking cool jig. Uncle Will's going to be there on the day, so if you have a thing for Mole Merch, come and say good day.
yeah, I'm supposed to get some shirts made, but I've cooked it. I already know.
I got way too many made. I got fucking tons. I got one for every member of my family. So that's pretty crazy. I'm gonna be fucking in negative big time. But it's good to support your local Mower Merch dealer.
And something else I want to say thank you to our listeners for is we've noticed a bunch of our listeners have jumped on the Lawn Shed
Yes.
to get their chems. Woo!
That's mad. Yeah, well, I've put in got a little wish list going, and I'm going to flick that through, and hopefully, because I was going to buy bow and arrow in bulk, and
See, I need that. Like I think I said it last week. Bindi and Clover has come a little early this year.
fuck yeah, it has. Yeah, it's
I need to get
everywhere.
amongst that.
Yeah, so I'm going to get some bulk bow and arrow. Oh, actually, no. Well,
Knock it on the head before it starts seeding everyone.
Yeah, Ian got back to me. He said, "Oh, just why don't you try Spartan? It's the same active ingredients." So I think I'm going to jump on Spartan, and that's the kind of service that you get. So I reached out and I said, "Do you do these in bulk?" And he messaged me back. He said, "We've got this, this, and this. Why don't you try this? It's an alternative, and it might save you a few bucks." So, fuck yeah.
And don't forget, when
man.
you're on the Lawn Shed website, make sure to choose Lawn Care Skull Sessions with Ben and BJ when you're creating your account.
I saw you did a little tutorial on Instagrammans.
Oh, it was fucking basic as.
Oh, it's all right. I tried to share it, and I was so fucking dumb I couldn't share it.
Oh
You didn't tag me in it.
no! Look, it
you've-
was rushed.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've been flustered, man. Like, there's just, usually I'm flustered when we have new products, and that's not the reason.
Yeah.
But, someone like ordered like 10 backpack blower racks,
Fuck.
and we just we had all these other orders. We've got the twins are doing fucking OzTag.
Yep.
Nellie's on an excursion. Like everything's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
So, and shit's going to get intense because we're getting a pool dug soon.
Oh,
And we're getting some works done at the front of our house. So,
nice.
it's just, mate, it's just
You got
life.
fucking Sparky upstairs?
It's
Jesus.
just life. You know?
Mate, I'm trying to get a quote for some fucking concrete and the dude never showed. So I think it's a sign. It's a sign I just shouldn't get it done. I should keep that money in my pocket.
Well, speaking of money and works, today we're going to be talking about, I don't know, like, I know how this topic might sound, but we want to talk about taking pride in the work you do.
Yeah.
And the reason it came about was I was just doing my own yard. And, you know, like I got a pretty big patch. Like it's probably more than 1,000 square meters.
Especially when you do the paddock next door as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, the paddock does come into an equation as well.
Yeah.
But it's like I was talking to Shorey briefly, and I was like, "Oh, what do you got on today?" And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna lay like half an acre of grass or something." He's like, "The boys are fucking pissed because he has like a turf guy,
Yeah.
and so they buy the turf for X amount,
Yeah.
and this dude lays it for like $2 more a square meter, which
Yeah.
is like
I know the dude.
you can't afford not to do it, right?"
Yeah. I use him too.
But he said, "Oh, look, you know, we don't have that much on, so I'm going to make the boys do it." And, you know, mentioned that they were pissed. And I said, yeah, but laying turf's like, it's one of those rewarding jobs
Fucking hate it.
Yeah, well, this is what I want to talk about, right? So, look, I understand there's jobs that people hate.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're doing a simple turf job, you roll in there and the whole thing is fucking dirt, right?
Yeah.
It's blank canvas. And even though, you know, it's kind of repetitive and but when you finish, you're left with this fucking lush project and you can be like, I did that.
Yeah. I'm not going to deny that it is a great joy standing back and having a look at something you've just re-turfed and going, fuck, I did a good job there. It looks fantastic. But you know, it's just one of my things. I fucking hate turfing and I'll outsource it wherever I can.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing a little bit like up to 30 square meters. That's fine. But anything over that, I'm like, fuck that.
Look, and I have to admit, just with turfing, like I'm just not as capable as I used to be.
Yeah.
But, you know, I still, maybe it would be different if I was on the tools and I was doing it for money because, you know, you want to hook in and stuff like that. But
Yeah, fair enough.
with turf jobs, like I always, in my daily workings, like if I had like a significant turf job, I wouldn't do anything else for the day.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's say I was a solo operator and I needed to lay 200 squares, you know, I'd be probably charging, you know, more than my day rate to do it just so that I didn't have to go and do anything else. And then I would, you know, it would become like a relaxing job then.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I don't know. I don't know if it's like the actual physicality of the job. Like, my hat's off to people who lay turf. I'm sure you develop a system. It's not something that we do very often. And like I said, I don't fuck with anything over 30 square meters just because...
That's why I enjoyed it. And look, this is not a turf episode.
No. I mean, this is not like a pride episode. Like sort of standing back and, you know, you get that extra little bit of joy. You get a kicker out of looking at something. So like when I hit a zone at one of our fucking villages, and you take a step back and you go, holy shit! You look up the street and everything is perfect. Everything's blown down. All the lawns are mowed. The weeds are all taken care of. And like you can just look there and be like, damn, like you'd be ecstatic to fucking drive into that being your place.
And like as business owners, I'm sure that element plays into it. You know, like as business owners, I think we all have a little bit of that in us.
Yeah.
That pride.
Yep.
But the workers,
yeah,
it's something you do have to drum into them. And I always used to do it. Like I had someone who, you know, would trim a hedge and he'd do an okay job and he might just leave like one little alfalfa somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'd always say to him, I was like, you know, you've done a pretty good job here, but like this just ruins it, man. Like, you know, when you do it, take a step back.
Yeah.
You can always tell the people, like if you watch Rusty work,
yeah,
he's always taking a step back, just making sure it's sweet. And if there's someone who has some pride out there,
It's Rusty. Yeah.
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 He was born in Pride Rock.
I fucking. I fucking walked in the other day and he's shaping an axe handle. I'm thinking, what the fuck are you doing? And I was just like, why are you doing that? He's like, I got to finish it. I'm like, fucking finish it on your own time, bruh. But fuck me, it looked good. He should do something like that. He's such a creative character. He just does little projects and then moves on to the next fucking quirky thing.
That's it, yeah. So, but we did an episode way back in the archives. You can listen to it. We did an episode on burnout.
Yep.
And something that we wouldn't have covered, I think having pride in your works is, I think it's a good coping mechanism to eliminate burnout.
Huge.
Because if you're like, depressed as shit for whatever reason, right? It could be just repetitiveness. Like I've just been through it with Catch Pro.
Yeah.
When I got back from holidays, I was like, fuck, make a coffee, go downstairs, pack the orders,
Yep.
build parts in advance, cut stickers, nuts and bolt back, all of this shit, right? And I just know, like with people, let's say residential runs, it doesn't matter. You sort of have your list laid out, and the day before you can be like, all right, I know I've got this to do.
Yeah.
This job sucks. I know I've got this to do. But
it's like, I'm going to get dog shit on my boots at that one.
Yeah, and I guess if contractors can continually be looking for that work, like there's some jobs out there where they might tidy up really nice.
Yeah.
But, like just lawns with just tons of weeds and, there's just not a lot of job satisfaction in it when it's done. It's like, look, it's fucking done. Give me my money and get the fuck out of here.
And it's hard too when you have customers, like a customer base that is highly focused on just having the lawn mowed. And don't get me wrong, you can cut a beautiful lawn, but if there's fucking trees overhanging the lawn and there's weeds all through the paths, then you're just like, this place could look so much better. And a part of that is thinking, fuck, I could squeeze a lot of dollars out of this place. But, that all comes back to those customers that just don't want that extra service. And they're the ones that are first on the chopping block for us. The ones that really don't want that extra little bit of love. Because that's what gives us that extra little boost is like, okay, this whole fucking place is maintained by us and we make it look amazing. So,
and when we talk about this whole pride thing, this is separate to making money.
Yeah.
Like you can have absolutely no pride, get in, get out, get your money, have a really successful career.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine. But the people that are kind of struggling with the mental aspect of just going to work, doing the same things over and over again, I know, look, even if you have pride, you'll always come to this point.
Yeah.
Probably once or twice in a season where it's like, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah. It's normally on the way in and out because
Usually, on the way in.
Yeah, so winter flipped my brain. I think I've mentioned it here. Like I had a fucking full blown meltdown, thinking, "Fuck me, I'm gonna, what am I gonna do with these boys?" Like not really for myself. Like I know I've always got enough work to sort of make myself money and keep a fair few of the boys happy. But when I first entered in, I don't know what it is about the cold and the just that full handbrake of growth. And this year was incredibly quick. It was like 0 fucking or 100 to 0 so quick. So I think that's what sort of pulled me up and made me kind of panic. But the stuff that I'd also lost a couple of jobs due to people moving out, and they were like my pride jobs. But crazy things happen, and I just got one of them back, and it's like that's my jam, the one that I've got back. And they just want me to mow, which is even better because then I can just go over there and zip over it with the 61 and yeah. But it's
So do you think in order to be happy in business, you need to have like at least 5 pride jobs
I think
you
like a
really
couple a week really helps.
where you really, you're excited to go there
Yeah.
and you sort of get to take your time.
And
Now, look, prices do have to reflect this stuff. I
yeah.
know.
Oh,
Like
yeah, definitely.
sometimes, I know I had a small run locally,
Yeah.
where I could kind of punch out the work and make like $500 in like half a day.
Yeah.
Which was just that was my day works. Like
Yeah.
I didn't do anything else. And I just remember there'd be certain parts of the year, maybe in the changing of the seasons, maybe it was spring, usually probably autumn,
Yeah.
where it'd be like, man, I'm just going to cruise on these jobs and I'm going to make my edges like real crisp. I'm going to do a little bit of extra blowing before I mow, just get up some extra leaves,
Yeah.
things like that. And I just remember it was a work environment where it just felt really relaxed and I was just happy to be there.
Yeah.
Compared to you're rocking up at these jobs and you're whippersnipping. You know the ones where you're whippersnipping and it's like a sandy soil
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just fucking like playing skirmish
Yes. Yes, I do know those jobs.
or getting like shot with like a flame load.
Oh.
Like do.
Yeah. I noticed like a lot of guys who do that, the heavy slashing and shit like that. That would be awesome to do. I think like every time you do something like that, it'd become a pride job because, you're taking something that's 4 or 5 foot high and dropping it. And like I know some guys base their businesses around just knocking down big shit. I think even Nank, he does a bit of that sort of stuff. And,
Fuck, what doesn't Nank do?
I know. Yeah.
Nanky Panky's into fucking everything.
I know. How many fucking fingers has that guy got? How many pies? How many pies has he got his fingers in? But no, look, there's tons of ways to. And another thing I love is when you do have one of those nice jobs that you take pride in doing, and then the customer realizes that, and they come out and they're like, "Ooh, you did such a good job," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, tingles."
Something else I remember that was just like mega satisfying was certain hedge trimming jobs where you just had like a property and there'd be just heaps of ball hedges and
Yeah.
a little bit of variety. And I used to call it Shaven Haven.
Yeah,
And I had a unit complex locally to me that, man, I did it for like over 10 years.
yeah,
And like even shit that wasn't supposed to be hedged was hedged. Like everything was just hedged.
yeah,
And there was no grass. There was a nature strip on the footpath, but it was just, like some people just dread. I know my cousin, he's a local contractor as
Yeah.
well. And I believe he may have quoted the job. I picked up the job through Shorey, so that's how I got the job. And I remember he'd see me there locally and he'd be like, mate, fuck this job. And 10 years ago, I was getting $360 for it. And it would take me like 3 hours, 4 hours.
yeah,
And even when it took me longer, like he would say, he'd kind of say like, oh, I can mow this one, and he's sort of adding up all the money. But it was the variety for me.
yeah.
Like podcasts weren't really a thing back then, but I used to just chuck my tunes on
Yeah.
and just jump on the hedger, and I had like a really good system. The whole place was kind of like concrete driveways and
Yeah.
alleyways and stuff. I had a whole system with the cleanup. I could start, here, fucking and blow it all into a section, clean it all up. And the place just looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Like people would say that they would buy a unit there
Yeah.
because of the way that the hedges looked.
Yeah. Yeah, well, one of my biggest villages, the one I've had almost the longest, so they had a change of, say, for 27 years, everything was getting done, like by us. Anything in front of these places was getting done by us, all the gardens, everything. So everything was manicured, everything was hedged on like a monthly basis. And yeah, we fucking loved it. Like even though it was extra work, we loved it. And then 2 years ago, they pulled the pin because one person complained that we were spending time in people's inverted commas fucking private property. And look, it's 5-10 minutes here, there, and fucking everywhere. So realistically, every week we'd probably spend an extra 20 minutes in someone else's gardens. And it just made the place look amazing. Now, fast forward to now, these gardens are out of control, like to the point where they're fucking over onto the roofs and shit like that. And now the body corp is having to chase them up and threaten them with these massive cleanup fees and shit. And I'm like, my hands are tied. Like if it was up to me, we'd go back to doing them for nothing because
Totally, because it ruins the rest of the works for
yeah.
one.
And before this place was hitting like record sales. Like I know that's the way everything was trending anyway. But you know, I'd have people come in and grab cards on the way. I've given out so many cards from people who come in, check the place out, and they live in another complex, and they'll fucking take my card and they'll take it back to their body corp. So
That's the shit that I hate about body corps, because the people that live in these communities are not community people. They're like, no, I want to do my own gardens. And it's like, okay, cool. And some people are awesome. They have like standout gardens.
yeah,
And other people, like, there's rules at these places. Like, at one of our villages, it was like, well, if you got trees and shit leaning up against the buildings, everything needs to be X amount below the gutters. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, we get rats and shit.
yeah, same.
And people are like, yeah, no worries, and you come during the season, you're like, you got shit hitting the gutters. It's ripping the awnings. It's doing, you got rats climbing up.
Yeah, it causes
fucking going-
damage. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things is like even like the one village I get the most compliments about. Everyone's so happy. You drive in and there's number one, and he refuses to let us touch his hedges. He does them, and he does a fucking hack job. Like he's like 250 kilos, and he's throwing around a hand hedger that's attached to a fucking. Like I'm gonna find him in the garden one day. It's incredibly scary to watch, and yeah, he just does a terrible job. And that's like, mate, we could just make that straight, and like it doesn't cost you anything. Just let us do it. It's all good. Nah, won't let us do it. So his shit gets way above the gutter before like Body Corp finally give him a letter to be like, you need to rectify this.
Yeah.
So that's where I get a bit sad. I drive in, see that pride factor goes down a little bit. I'm like, oh, but then it's out of my control, really.
So, also more to the point, like with this pride factor that we're talking about, doing works, like it's more for something for yourself. Like it's for the customer as well.
Yeah.
But it's more for yourself so that you stay invigorated, you enjoy going to work. But something else that I think goes along with it is taking pride in your equipment and your rig.
Yeah.
And that is, I'm not suggesting go out and get the latest, best, newest equipment. I'm just talking about keeping things organized,
Keeping it clean.
keeping it clean.
Yep.
It makes the biggest difference. Now, I know when I was younger, I had no pride.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, fucking good tan.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but like when I had kids, I had twins,
Yeah.
and my whole life changed.
Yeah.
And no longer woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, went surfing with the boys.
Yeah.
I didn't drink at all, and I did everything with my kids. And one of the things that, like, it's sad. I'm not saying that everyone's life should be like this,
Yeah.
because it certainly shouldn't be. But like, I remember every Saturday morning, because there was fuck all to do, I would just take everything off the rig, clean it up, super sexy,
Yeah.
record everything, refuel everything, and I was mega organized.
Yeah.
Like, and so I'm not saying be so extreme as that, because I really had no life.
You were super regimented. But I mean, twins will do that to you. Like I have one kid, I'm fucking, not drinking very much, and shit just is all focused around the house because where the fuck am I going? Really?
Yeah, and one of my twins made a comment to me, just might have even been this morning, and she was like, I couldn't sleep last night, and I know it was like because my room was really messy. And
Mm,
she's like, I just, folded all the clothes and made my bed nice and fresh, rah, rah, rah.
nice.
And I was like, man, I can totally relate to that. The other twin was like, nah, fuck that. I ain't cleaning shit.
Yeah, see, Chloe's like that. Like, I'll walk into her bedroom after she's gone to school to put some like folding on her bed, and everything is fucking pristine. It's like, yeah, like my room is fucking trash. Like the Doonas looks like a big fucking meatball on the fucking side of the thing.
I legitimately, I can't concentrate when there's fucking shit everywhere.
I hate it. I walk in, I'm like, fuck, I need to do something about that. But then, like,
So I'm the same on
so
work sites.
yeah,
Like, the TV show The Block has just come back on,
oh,
and someone made a comment, and they were like a labourer who
yeah,
would just clean up the site, do things like that. Now, when I worked for Shorey, I wasn't necessarily that. I was a shit kicker, right?
yeah,
But like, I gave myself that role because there'd be a mulch job going on, and there's fucking 20 rakes and shovels lying around everywhere. They just pick up one,
yeah,
fucking rah, 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 don't even bother putting it back on the rig.
yeah,
And like, I couldn't fucking focus or plan anything. Like, where are these plants going to go? All right, can we just move these 50 fucking shovels so we can actually get an idea of what's going
yeah,
on? And I just think when you have pride in the things that you're doing, it's actually just easier to get through those tasks.
yeah. I think so
And,
too.
and I'm not talking about being as fucked up as some of the stories that I'm saying,
Yeah.
but just have a little bit of structure.
I think it helps. Like mental health is huge, especially coming in and out of seasons. You're burnt out at the end of summer, and you're freaking out at the start of winter. I think like opening up the door to your truck and you know having it smell, look fresh. You can get in. You don't have to move shit out of the way. Now I'm a big fat hypocrite because I opened up my truck this morning, and when I went to the village the other day, I got like my massive extension cord and a whole set of batteries and a charger that that I'm testing at the moment, and I've got to take back. And I fucking opened up the door and it's all in there, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why haven't I got this out yet? Or like I'll go in and I'll put a jumper in there, and then the next day I'll wear another jumper, and I'll pile up jumpers, and I'm like, what the fuck have I?
I
Why?
hate that.
Or coffee cups.
Nah, I always ditch the coffee. I've learned my lesson with coffee cups.
Well, I have a reusable one, but I'm a bum. Like I've got three reusable ones, and
No,
if
but
I
even that, when it comes to sour milk, I've learnt my lesson. I had a fucking ice break explode in my old Hilux, and
yeah.
that shit, it doesn't matter how much you clean that shit, it fucking reeks.
Yeah, we had one blow up while we were driving outside of the Gabba. We were going up to the hospital, and it made like a bang. We both shit ourselves, and then I looked over, and there's fucking milk all up Lou's window, all over the windscreen, and it was chunky, and it just fucking stunk so bad.
It starts growing into a solid.
It does. It's like a fucking
cheese.
Yeah, dick cheese just exploding. Fuck. Oh man, yeah. There's nothing crazier than just driving along, summer, hot as fuck, and you hear this, and then all of a sudden you look around, your wife's just covered in fucking ice break jism.
Bukkake.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a proper milk bukkake. Fucking hell.
No, so, you know, I don't always love talking about like mental health and burnout and stuff.
Yeah.
Not because I don't want to address it, but it's just because like I know in my life, if I let that become, if I entertain these conversations, like I can't drop the ball where I am.
Yeah.
I've got a young family. I've got a business that I just need to keep balling, and it's a different business to what I've ever done in my life. I can't take a step back.
Yeah.
And so, me personally, like I'm generally in an okay place.
Yep.
And I do feel very sympathetic for anyone that is suffering, burnout, mental health
Yeah.
in our industry. Um, but I'm not really the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not really the guy or the mouthpiece to really sort of help them get through that. But I do think if we can talk about some of the things that help uplift us,
Yeah.
then at least it can shed some light, on some of the things that people may be able to apply into their daily
And
lives.
that's it. I think like little things that we can share that help us out, hopefully help someone out there. But even things as simple as like if something's bothering you, just change it. Like with my shed, like even to the point where some of my tools are and shit like that, I'm like, nah, okay, pull it all out. I can rearrange it so it works for me, and that'll stop me fucking thinking about fuck. I got to move these tools every time I walk in. It's more of a just do it sort of situation, I think, with like
Nike said
keeping
it, yeah, man.
yeah.
Nike, they had that shit nailed down
Yeah,
like two
just do it.
decades ago.
Like it's easy to think about things over and over again, that bother you, and it's like, well, nothing's going to change if you don't fucking do it. So, but I know, like, mental health was a big factor in my life in recent times, but I don't think I'm in a real position to tell people how to approach these situations either, because I'm look, I don't know.
I
I
look,
might be fucking dead inside, but like I don't let things bother me. Obviously, the stuff with Ella fucking broke me, but I've got my wife, my two other kids, her family, and like, you know, eh, Ella wouldn't want me to fucking drop the ball and see us all fucking back in renting, fucking struggling, shit like that. So,
but also like what works for someone, just doesn't necessarily work for the next person.
100%, yeah, I totally get
Um,
it.
and I think that's where, some people in the industry, I'm not even going to bother, mentioning names, but like you have to do this and you
Yeah,
have to do that.
yeah,
Like I always just look at it. I understand that what they're saying is coming from a good place. It's
yeah,
worked for them, rah
yeah.
rah. But I'm super sensitive of it, and it's like, just because I do things a certain way and I've had success with it.
Yeah.
I've had sex with it too, but it just doesn't mean that it's going to work like that for the next dude.
No, exactly. Like
Um,
everyone's different. Everyone's mindset is different. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know what's happened in the past and things like that. So, like, I never judge anyone on how they're running their business. I think,
and that's why man, I always cringe at this pricing stuff, and I always cringe at this, two-man crew stuff, and
yeah,
like it's just, those things that I don't think that there's any one way
I,
that you can do it all.
have met a lot of fucking contractors. I've met a lot of business owners. Met a lot of distributors. And so far, I don't think I've met anyone who's sitting on the pedestal, on that big fucking I am number one. Like, I don't think there's anyone out there that has the perfect business, the benchmark business for everyone to aim for. I think pricing, is each to their own.
And I tell you what, too, like people will even say, hey, man, you got this Catch Pro thing going, and you've worked so hard, and you've done this, and you've done that, and it's like I did work hard, no matter what, but there was so many other factors
Mm.
that played into any success that Catch Pro has
You
had.
had a lot of mongrel in you too, because there are a lot of people that said you were gonna go belly up.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I can't explain that feeling because when I just have that feeling in my gut,
Yeah,
I get so obsessed with it, and I know like when I can't stop thinking about something, there's something there.
yeah,
Similar to I've spoken about it before. My very first big contract that I got, like Vicky actually told me, you need to stop talking about this. Like you need to stop
yeah,
planning forward for it. You just need to fucking let it go. And I legitimately, it was like 12 months in the making. I was
yeah,
like, when I get a chance to, when they held their next meeting and I get my contract in there, and then that takes months for them
yeah,
to vote on it.
yeah,
Like I just knew that I was gonna land it because I just could not stop fucking thinking about it.
yeah,
But what I was really getting to with Catch Pro and stuff like that there is so many other things that play into it. Like before COVID, we had Catch Pro and we had some success,
Yeah,
but like COVID changed everything.
it really did.
It just made like everyone was online buying shit for either their house or their mowing businesses.
Yeah,
it's just how it was.
And in like, to be honest, like I know a lot of other states suffered, but Queensland was fucking balling.
Yeah,
Like
man.
we had no.
It was mad.
Yeah.
Fucking cheap fuel.
Yeah.
No one on the roads.
Yep.
Fucking.
It was crazy. Like nothing was stopping us. If you already had an established business in Queensland during COVID, there wasn't much to stop you at all from growing even bigger.
Well, I mean, if you got vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
If you didn't get vaccinated, you're really on the other side of that.
Yeah. I mean, look, residential. I don't think every residential customer was coming out and saying, "Can you show me a green tick?" But
I would have told them to get fucked anyway.
yeah, but bigger, like obviously retirement villages and shit like that. If that was what you were doing, you really had one or two choices.
But like I said, it was loose as. Like we just gave a verbal.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
Same.
was like, Rusty's vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. DJ's vaccinated. I don't think we had to prove anything.
No.
So it was loose. I felt sorry for everyone down south because it was like, it was proper.
Yeah, it really was. But no, look, I'm glad that's in the past, and I hope that hasn't scarred a lot of people, because that sort of thing would, that would have been some fucking tough times. I know a lot of businesses went out of, bailed out.
I think the mentor reached out to me. I think I mentioned it at the time.
Yeah.
That businesses were closing down because they did not want to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
And other businesses that were getting vaccinated were fully prospering. Like,
Yeah.
So it obviously did work both ways.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, fair enough. But man, I look.
It's probably another thing too. Like I know, this episode wasn't supposed to be about burnout. It was supposed to be about pride, right?
Yeah,
But here we are, just rolling along.
I mean, it's a double-edged fucking sword, isn't it?
And
with one, there's not the other.
But like people who just have that drama,
Yeah.
like that, man, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
And it leads to, and I'm talking about, politics in committees.
Yeah.
It's probably why I got fucking grey hair. Because I let my shit get caught up in stuff that it wasn't really relevant to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, have a look at what happened to me this morning. Like, this is a massive, massive contract for us. And there's all these disputes going on in the background of the committee, and we're the ones that are suffering. Now, they gave me a verbal confirmation that we were not going to have any downtime this winter. Last winter, we went fortnightly, and I was fine with that because they told me before winter kicked off. Now, this is the third occasion where they've put us off. Now, I'm lucky that I have a fuckload of work and I can direct the boys to something else. But like for anyone else, that's it's a big fucking chunk of money out the window.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's unfortunate that this is my first village too, and I've never been pushed back until this year.
But we also can't, sorry to just
No.
chime right in and cut you off, but we also can't confuse like roadblocks, with burnout and stuff.
Yeah, true.
Like, yes, like that, man, this is going to happen every day in your life.
Yeah.
Your pull cord snaps.
Yeah.
Again, all of these, you run out of fuel with 2 lines to go. Like all of this stuff like that,
Yeah. I saw someone run
happens.
out of battery with one fucking line to go. I was like, ooh, bummer, dude.
And like stuff like that can be prevented, but it's nothing to trip on.
No, that's it.
And I think if you're running your business that tight, like I know Rusty, for example, and I hate to use Russell all the time as an example of like, because he does a lot of things right.
Yeah.
But man, the dude is so scattered and he's got so many things going on that like he, before he's about to whip a snip a 1-hour job, like he's just got that much shit going on. He doesn't have a chance to be like, do I have enough cord in my head?
Yeah.
Do I have enough fuel in the snipper? Do I, just all of these little things. And I think taking a step back and like you don't have to have a system in place,
Yeah.
but I think just that little bit of organization, it just helps your day run smoother.
Yeah. Routine is huge. It's like, well, I don't know, like
It's good to toss it
maybe I'm
up
just a
too.
big kid. Like I love routine. And I know when I get out of routine, I'm in a bit of a funk. So I've had a bit of the last 2 weeks, I've been in a bit of a funk, but it's because I'm just like really every 5 minutes I'm on the phone to someone else, just trying to make sure that everything for this event is sorted. All the boys are sorted. Obviously I've mentioned in the last podcast, we've been doing a lot of quoting. And yeah, I'm just trying to bank up good jobs that make me happy for myself, and then top up the boys with any little bit of space they've got. So yeah, I think again,
So, do you see yourself as someone who takes pride just in general?
yeah,
I'm talking about, whether it's rocking up on time, whether it's being
everything.
well presented,
Yep.
organized.
So the other day, for example, I was going to quote this acreage, and I said to my wife, 10 o'clock is when I've said that I'll be there. I said around 10 o'clock on the thing, but I feel like if I say around 10 o'clock, I'm going to be there at 10 o'clock. She wanted to come with me, and she was dirty on me because I would not wait for her and the other two kids to get ready. I was like, I'm going, and I will see you back here in like 20 minutes, and then we can do whatever you wanted to do. And I get it. I get that she's like, what the fuck? We would have been like 15 minutes, but I'm like, I would have got there at 10:15, and I wanted to be punctual, and I wanted to be there and make sure they know that I know how to manage my time. And fucking straight up got the quote, and they called me yesterday. They're like, when can you do it? So
So Maisie was telling me that her teacher, she's a male teacher, was explaining to them like, okay, if this thing starts at 8, then you get there at 7:45.
yeah,
And Maisie's telling me this story, and she's like, I don't get it. It starts at 8. Like, why the fuck are you going out early? And I'm like, Maisie, I love your teacher.
yeah.
Like,
It's like the one bit of valid fucking schooling that I've heard come out.
like, I think it is a really important lesson to just be ready for whatever it is that you got to take on.
Yeah.
Now, I know this seems hypocritical because our podcast is just so fucking like we don't take a lot of we don't really organize that much.
Yeah.
But I actually I think about it personally all the time.
Yeah.
It's just that with our schedules, it can't really be treated as like a proper thing that we do
Yeah.
because I mean, like,
Well, we used to be able to book in like we used to shoot at night, and then it just became impossible. Like kids
as the
and
kids got
stuff.
older,
Yeah,
and,
as the kids got over, they have more.
and we used to do it offside. We used to do it at Josh's house.
Yeah.
And it was easier to sort of go there,
Yeah.
kind of be with the boys.
Yep.
Nothing else in your way. No fucking dogs. No fucking
Yeah.
beetles flying around and shit.
Yeah. And yeah, definitely was. I get why a lot of podcasters use studios, because you can hire studios all over the place. They're just little fucking rooms that are soundproof, and I mean they have a little bit of a background. But this is, I don't know. The reason I like this now is because it's unique and it's kind of us. Like it's not fucking formal. We're on a fucking folding table with grass on the top.
I got Ugg boots on.
You got Ugg boots on. Like I'm ready to rock and roll back to work. But
Punching durries.
yeah, punching durries, fucking, it is what it is. But I don't know. I sit back and I'm pretty proud of what we've sort of achieved over the last how many 2 years? Almost 2 years.
Almost 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
In September it would be 2 years.
Jesus.
So
2 years. We're just starting to get sponsors now. It's
boy.
good, bro. No, but I think everybody, especially before you hit summer, take a look at your business and actually look at it and go, fuck, like this is something to be proud of, because building a business is hard.
Building business, man, it's so hard. Like you have to, when you think about people who don't, run
Yeah.
businesses, they go to work, they punch the clock, they get paid, they can make budgets.
Yep.
You know, they get annual leave,
Mm-hmm.
they get sick days.
Yep.
I fucking heard these days they have like, what are they fucking called?
Bereavement leave.
People days or some
fucking
shit.
Mental health days.
That's fucked.
It's a lot.
Like,
It's a lot, man.
yeah, there's, you know, offices where you can take like 20-minute power naps and shit.
Yeah, and now fucking every single thing gets a fucking public holiday. So as a business owner, it's like, fuck me. Like, do you work or do you pay your staff double? Like, you can't just quickly flip the switch on your customers and be like, it's a public holiday today because of some fucking thing happened. So
You see
how
these
about-
cunts walking around in the 50s on those fucking massive buildings.
yeah, just
Doing
eating their lunch on a fucking on a plank 6,000 kilometers in the air, just like nem nem nem.
No, so, you know, back to my point, you know, when you take on all of those responsibilities and you have to feed a family
Yeah,
and, you know, make sure everyone's, you know, then you, like, it's just a lot
yeah.
to do.
I
And
could
it
only
doesn't matter
imagine
about the scale of it.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
you,
I
you
mean-
might be a business that's maybe you're only making $1,500 a week.
when
or
you start feeding other people's families, that's when it becomes fucking real because, like, you know, you'll hustle hard for your family and you've got them covered, but then you've got these other families that, you know, your employees have, and it's like, oh, fuck, now we really got to make things move so we can always stay ahead. But, you know, it is what it is. And fuck, like, I'm seriously sitting back thinking how proud I am of our business. One of our biggest contract, they're doing a restructure, and for some reason, like, we haven't been paid in 10 weeks. 10 fucking weeks on our big, and
that hurts.
you know how fucking big that contract is.
Oh, yeah.
So 10 weeks we haven't been paid, and we're still chugging along. Like, we are chewing into.
At least you know you got it coming to you, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it is
it
like,
would
I'd
be
rather
what-
they
it
owe me than me owe them. That's
Yeah.
for sure. But it is. I'm super proud of, you know, the money management that we've put in place. We run our own line of credit. You know, the only thing I really owe on is my trucks and my Skags. But yeah, we run our own line of credit for all our wages and stuff like that. So
Actually, speaking of credit, this is a full sidebar. I see someone made a comment about finance, and they're like, "Oh, the people who push finance around here, you know, make sure you just figure out who they are because they're getting kickbacks, rah rah rah." And I just immediately thought about us, you know, because we do push finance. This is a huge sidebar, but like, it just made me so sick.
doesn't it
Like,
cost you money to use those services?
well, the point is that no, they're saying they're like having a crack at us, you and me,
Yeah.
for encouraging people to use finance because they
Oh.
think we're getting kickbacks.
Fucking hell.
I mean, whatever finance company is out there that is handing out kickbacks, fucking call me.
Yeah, call us, man. We'll
But,
fucking.
I mean, like, it just goes to show that, you know, there's obviously some people that like to hear about our stories and
Yeah.
take certain advice, you know, and apply it to their
Yeah.
situation. But
They get their fucking.
like, man,
They get
some of the
sand in their
people,
vaginas.
some of the people out there are full mad skeptics. Like,
Yeah. Fuck.
the reason we've gone over all the reasons why, you know, finances. Look, if you can afford it, if you're rich enough, go out and buy a $25,000 machine.
Yeah.
But there's just a lot of risk that comes with it.
And look, some people, you know, obviously they'll have the best of intentions, but something might come out of the blue where you are going to fucking triple your money.
I'd love to know, like, these people who are like, fuck finance, buy everything, rah, rah, rah. Like,
Fucking good on them. I think
did they buy their house with cash? Like,
Yeah.
or is that, you know, off limits?
I think there's
Did
like
they buy their fucking car? Or no, they're financing that. Like, I just want to know, like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, fucking walking around with fucking 60 grand in your pocket and just be like, there you go. That's for you, for me new Triton. Fuck. I've never held that much cash in my hand.
Neither.
Yeah. But, you know, selling all this finance, you know, fucking maybe one day, Benny. we could slap each other with fucking $20 bills. Fuck. But that's funny. I didn't see that post. I should have taken offense to that.
Well, I mean,
I fucking wish we were selling finance. Those guys seem to have a lot of cash.
I just not interested. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, it was just something that we had said during the influx of, you know, some of these new expensive machines
Yeah.
that,
Mate, after COVID, every fucking machine's expensive. Let's be honest. Like, it's not, you know, it's not everyone who can dip into their pocket and pull fucking, you know, 25 grand out to throw at a new commercial zero turn. You know, the thing
especially
is,
if you fucking roll your ankle or break your leg in a week and you can't fucking work. I mean, what happens then?
well, that's it. And I think, like, you know, people need to weigh up their purchases. Like, that's what we've said all along. Like, do your due diligence and weigh up what you're doing. Like, don't just go off what we say. Just make sure you've done your own research, and yeah,
Think about our advice as the seed that you still need to plant it. All right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You need to grow that seed yourself. But I do get it. Like, I get how people can be skeptical because everything's like a fucking sell these days. When you go on Instagram or Facebook, the targeting marketing is crazy. The ads pop up. But we just fucking grab stuff that we like. Bad workwear, for instance. We're going to do a fucking plug right now. Use our code SKULL, all in caps, to get 10% off at the checkout. We both rocks bad workwear every day. My boys are all decked out in bad workwear. We use it all the time. So it's a product that we like, and they said, you know, come on board and we'll give you a code and give people 10% off. So I think that's a fantastic thing that we can offer. Same with the lawn shed. You know, we work with mower merch, fucking the works. It's the endless possibilities.
So anyway, that was a pretty gnarly sidebar.
Yeah, fuck, that's what we're all about.
Let's wrap up like discussing the last little bit of the event because the countdown is proper.
It's
It's on now,
It's
man.
on like Donkey Kong. I'm shitting myself. Like I keep saying, there's no plan B. If it rains, we're going to the pub. We'll just fucking pile in. Maybe we'll take over the conference room at the fucking local. I don't know. But it should
have a conference room there,
at the Alex. It's fucking huge, man. That place is massive.
dude. For anyone who's coming in a state, right? It's really nice now. They've done it up. But back in the day, man, woo.
Oh,
we used to call it the pit.
I fucking threw some punches in that place.
I wasn't a fighter.
Yeah, people got stabbed, thrown over balconies, fucking everything.
So they used to
tag teamed in the car park.
Oh man, I saw a fight, like an all-in brawl, and there was chicks wearing footy shorts.
Really? That's
out
when
on
I
the
was
piss.
gangster.
That is fucking like you ain't there to dance.
Yeah, it's a bit.
You are there to fucking
throw down.
Yeah,
kicking their fucking pluggers off.
But no, we used to call it the pit.
Yeah,
and it downstairs was just a local, so it was, you know, pretty ordinary. Nothing happened downstairs. Upstairs was a nightclub.
That's stripper poles.
Man, those stripper poles, like, I can't believe how much time I spent up there.
Yeah, me too.
I
I got slapped up there. Do you remember we went there
saw
early?
one of my mates do a backflip off it.
We went there early once, and there was like one chick dancing on there by herself.
Yeah, you had a dance off with her.
Yeah, and then at the end, I was like, "Do you want to, dance with me?"
Do you want to fuck?
Yeah, oh, fuck. I wasn't that brave, and I like sort of crept up behind her and started dancing with her, and she just spun around, slapped me in front of all of you, and I was just like, "Oh."
I remember when we first turned 18, that was when the whole thing was like carpeted.
Yeah.
And you could just roll around with a durry anywhere. And I remember you'd have like a schooner and a durry, and you'd just be dancing. You just finish it, you just on the floor, stomp your durry out, you just keep on trucking.
Fuck. They had they had like 4 or 5 pool tables. I remember some of it. I got so maggot there once that I rolled in home. I got robbed by the cabbie, fell into the gutter. The neighbors had to come out, pick me up, and fucking took me inside. And apparently they opened the door and I just fell through like a fucking tree. Just like, timber, boom, hit the floor. and there was just a trail of spew from where I landed then all the way through to the bathroom and then all the way to my bed. So it was like a proper snail trail of me just like crawling. And then the only reason I knew I was there the night before was because I woke up, looked at my wallet, no money, but there was cheese and onion from that fucking hot dog vendor that was outside.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Good times,
Yeah,
eh?
good times.
So, but anyway, they closed the club because, someone got stabbed.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Up there.
So, I'm not sure what's up there anymore.
I don't know, maybe fucking 150 fucking lawnies.
All right, well, that wraps up today's episode. I know it was like a little bit rushed, a little bit, random,
It is what it is.
sidebar central,
Yeah.
but we always try and talk about things that we think are going to be relevant at this time. And we wanted to talk about pride. We talked about a bit of burnout, but it's what we're feeling at the time.
Yeah.
So, until next time, after the event, I'm at Catch Pro, he's at TBL, and we're out of time.
Peace.